Voter fraud is back and it's rampant. Let's look into it. Hey everybody, Real News Politics here. I am Jay. We post videos every Wednesday, except the last couple Wednesdays because we took some time off. But now we're back every week, and today's topic is voter fraud. It was heavily talked about in the previous election in 2016, and now it is back strong. Everyone was worried about it, and it looks like it's back. Well, the 2018 election ran its course normally, and there were some surprises, some happiness, some disappointments. Everything seemed to be mostly okay. And then a few days went by, and all of a sudden we're starting to see some rumblings out of Broward County in Florida that some things are happening there. So we looked into it, and it looks like that they are just not counting their votes quickly enough. So, okay, that's fine. We'll give them some time. But then day after day after day, and they're still not turning in all their votes. There's a county nearby that had a hurricane hit them recently, and they were able to turn in their votes. However, this county, which was perfectly fine, is not able to count them in. And one of the most damning evidence against them is that 3 big trucks, and we're talking like full-size, massive U-Haul trucks, unmarked, drove up to the main polling counting place at like 3 in the morning, filled to the brim with ballots. Now, to give you a perspective of how close this race is, Andrew Gillum lost to Rick, what's his name? Governor Rick something. He lost by very, very close, by 0.5%, which comes out to about 60,000 votes. Well, they've been continuing to count the votes, and now Rick's lead is down to just 12,000, and it continues to drop. They have found very little to no Republican ballots. It has been all Democrat. And I think that there really should be a limit, whether these are real or not. I think that there should be a time limit as to when they can be counted. I know that the current time limit is Thursday, but honestly, I think that's too much time. President Trump and others have very highly, strongly requested that there be some law enforcement in charge of monitoring the person in charge of all these countings. However, the Department of Security Enforcement, I think that's what it's called, said that they looked into it and they don't really think it's necessary. So right now we have a voting county supervisor that's completely nothing stopping her. She can do whatever she wants, and no one's there to monitor that everything's being done right. And that's what really worries me, because this whole thing, like Democrats, they obviously were not able to handle losing the 2016 election, so they don't want to lose again. They had their 4 main people they wanted to get into office. They already got Gavin Newsom in office, and then they couldn't argue when Beto the Cheeto lost, because he clearly lost by a good 4%, and there was no way he was going to catch up. But the other 2 that they're looking into, I don't know the name of the person in Georgia, but it's the lady that said that you don't need to have agriculture because you can just go to the store and buy food. No. Yeah, so she lost and Andrew Gillum lost. And we don't want either of them in. This one in Georgia just seems like a complete idiot, but the one in Florida has ties to Palestinian terrorists because he gave them money. So, no, we need to support Israel. So we definitely don't want him in there. And honestly, what happened to just a general win and lose scenario? How many Republicans do you see out on the streets rioting when we lost everything in California? Did you see us, throwing cars, setting things on fire? No, because, we actually have jobs, so we don't have time for stuff like that. But yeah, at the same time, we also want the polling to be fair. It was one thing when the Democrats are rioting, showing up at people's houses to so-called protests, but now they're going out of the way to create the scenario where the other candidate actually wins, all in an attempt to supposedly stop fascism, when in reality they are causing fascism. It is absolutely disgusting, guys, and I really hope that President Trump can get on top of it and stop this before it gets any worse, guys. We're going to continue to monitor this. We may talk about it again next week. Depends on if there's any huge developments or not. They will be in court this Wednesday, expecting that nothing will come up before then, because the deadline is Thursday, so they probably assume that they're not going to have enough votes by then. So this election may be decided by a judge, and that's not good because all it takes is a really good lawyer. One of the lawyers that they sent down there to deal with this is one of Hillary's top advisors, and that is not good either, guys. So I hope that all this corruption can be corrected by Trump, and that we can move forward to a better America. That is it for today's episodes, guys. I'm sorry I had a break. I had another channel to deal with, but I am back now every Wednesday, so I will see you next week. See you later.
I'm the head of state. You're like a head of cabbage. About to get smacked by my stimulus package. You're a bad man with no chance. You can't even touch me. I got 4 more years. 2 terms in the White House. Just trust me. I hope you saved your best rhymes for the second half. Because right now, I'm 47% for kicking your